Hello everyone, this is Jeff, Swing Trade Warrior with DayTradeWarrior.com. This is your weekly video recap of all our swing trades from this week. So let's begin. We only closed out one trade this week, and it was on OPK Opco Health. This has been an interesting mover here on a pretty big news catalyst behind it. So we took a swing on this position. What you see in front of you right here is the daily chart. Let me go ahead and expand to present time here. We took a swing position getting long on this at about 10:55 when it started squeezing up, killing the shorts and moving towards its most recent high of about 1290. When we were in this trade, I was looking for a little bit more of a squeeze, a little bit faster and a little bit higher volume. However, the issue was the market we traded in this week. This was one of the most volatile weeks I've seen, with the S&P having 40-point swings, in the morning, and another 40 points in the other direction in the afternoon. It was just a wild week with oil and the FOMC. So made it very hard to manage trades, because you'd start the day and the market would gap up, and you'd close down 1.5% by the end of the day. So it was just very wild, very difficult to manage trades. We opened this trade last week, and we closed it out this week, and we realized 68 cents on it. I was like I said, I was hoping for a little bit bigger move, a little bit quicker. I believe this trade has more room to its upside, but I didn't know, given the weakness and the volatility in the market, if it was going to come down and consolidate after making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green days in a row. I didn't know, if it was going to take a breather or not. So I just wanted to take my profits, especially out of this market that is so wild. So I did, and the next day it made new highs, and then after that it closed down. Moved up a couple more days, and now it's up, I think, a new high around 1232. So I do believe that this is going to continue to squeeze, and I'm looking to get back in it over $12.90, $13, because if you look at the long-term daily here, the next major resistance level is $12.90. $13 area, and after that there's room to just about $15, and then $19 was its all-time high, right around that area. So I believe it's got a couple points of room that it can continue to move. My concern is the news has been in play for a while. It's been squeezing it for a few weeks, and I believe there's a lot of upside to this company's story, but I don't know if it's going to make its continued move from a few weeks ago around $8 all the way to 19 inside of a couple weeks. I don't know if it's going to want to consolidate or flag out, and I don't know what the market's going to do, because we're in super volatile times. So I'm sitting it out until we get a high volume break over about $13, and then I'll look to get back in it, for another big move. The next trade I want to talk about is USO. It's a swing long position for me. I've been holding it for a couple months now, accumulating as it goes lower. I'm still writing calls into the spikes and buying puts to protect my downside and lower my average cost. So far I have my average cost down to $18.12, but I started accumulating at $21.50, and I'm now long 5,000 shares of USO. So it's a rather heavy position to be holding, but I think it'll pay off in the long run, and I'm content to hold it as long as I need to. Rig production is down 4.5%, was the announcement on USO on Friday, and it caused a huge pop in crude futures. I think they closed up 8% or 8.5%, which was higher. They had the biggest gaining day since 2012. So it was a really bullish signal for oil longs. And since we're already in this position, I averaged down into it on the spike of that news. So I'm hoping to get out of this trade sooner than later. We'll see how the news pans out, but I think we're going to see crude test that $50 mark again, And if we can break through the $50 mark on crude, I think we'll see a squeeze, and it'll be a good time to be long USO under $20. So pretty excited about this position. Has a huge potential to pay well. So we'll watch it and see what happens next week. We also got long Microsoft after their earnings. We took a position. We took a position after the gap down. It was an options position, and the market, given its volatility and sell-off combined with Microsoft's weak earnings, has caused it to drop a little bit more here, breaking through the 42 support, which was a pretty significant level for quite a while. But we have until March expiration on our options for those to pay out, and we also took a swing position in Apple after their earnings. We're long Apple, much lower than what it's trading at right now, but we are looking to average up on a break of the all-time highs, specifically 120. I want to take Apple over 120. Oops, chart won't load. There we go. So I want to take Apple over 120, and I want to see it get up to 130, and then I'll start selling along the way. But definitely looking to hold Apple for a while. Monstrous numbers put out last week, and I think there's only going to be continued growth for this company. It's trading relative to its sector peers. It's trading extremely undervalued. So look for Apple to be a mover. Apple trades closely with the S&P though, and market volatility has been extremely high, as you know. So keep an eye on it. I think if we can get oil to cooperate along with some of the good earnings, we've had a lot of good earnings come out this season. I think if we get oil starting to cooperate and reverse, we might see a little bit more balance come to our markets on a daily basis, which is great for long bias traders and swing traders. Next week, we're going to watch other earnings plays. Going to keep an eye and manage our open trades right now. Always looking to capitalize on new opportunities. And remember, like I said, I'm watching OPK over $13 for another long entry. I'd like to see it consolidate first under that level, but we'll see. It just keeps seeming to want to squeeze and rip higher every day. So we'll see what happens with that trade. Once again, this is Jeff with Swing Trade Warrior. And if you have any questions about any of my open trades, you can check or you can send me an email at jeff@swingtradewarrior.com. Also, if you want to get my trade alerts in real time via text or email, we now offer that free for all our members. So you get real-time swing trade alerts even when you're not present in the chat room. And that's at daytradewarrior.com. So check us out. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. And I will see you guys next Friday with another weekly recap.